หิวตอนนี้ท้องว่างมากมีกล้วยเอาไหมไม่ชอบกล้วยอันเล็กๆเลยอ่ะชอบกล้วยแบบยาวๆไม่จริงๆหมายถึงว่ากล้วยเล็กมันรู้สึกแบบกินทำไมมันยังไม่ได้แบบเรื่องออกมาหมายถึงว่าแบบไม่ถึงเลย
If you don't know, now you know. Welcome back to Hashtag J Podcast. And guys, you already know it's your podcast with all your BL recap, react content. And guys, if you are not watching The Boyfriend on Netflix, you are missing out. You are sleeping. You are sleeping on this BL reality TV dating series because, baby, it is slapping, it is hitting. Now, if you have seen my previous video on this series, I have said to you guys before that Kazuto to me was the best castmate. And baby, he is cleaning house. He is the castmate that has the most people so far. And we are up to, I want to say episode 9. No, 8. Yeah, we're up to episode 8 because it was 2 episodes. We're up to episode 8. And he has already, turned down about 3 guys, which only leaves 2. Now, the other one has already left the house, which already leaves 1. But just because he's gone doesn't mean he's out of the equations. He still confessed his feelings to Kazuto, and that doesn't mean they can't link up. I mean, you said, I think you still have a chance. But him and Alan are meshing and working out really well. As you can see, Kazuto had to sit Alan down a little bit and tell him, like, baby, you're moving a little bit too fast for me. I'm a bit low key and I take things slow. So I'm going to need you to just bring it down. So at the end of the day, Alan presented his real self to Kazuto, just the real passionate side of himself, real early. And you can see that Alan dialed back a little bit for Kazuto to get more comfortable. And as Kazuto said, when they are friends, it was more easy and more palatable for them to get to know each other because the expectation wasn't there as of people who are dating each other. So he loved the dynamic of them getting to know each other as friends first versus then them dating and, seeing things the way they kind of want them to see things on the show. Now, like I told you, Kazuto to me, he's the cutest one. He's the chef, and he's so nice, and he loves helping everybody. I knew he was going to be the one to clean house. I called it. I said, listen, everybody want DAI, and everybody wants a little bit of SHUN. But Kazuto's going to be that secret sniper. Kazuto's going to be that one that everybody's just going to be like, hold up. He may be the one for me. He's maybe my cup of tea because ain't nothing like a man that can cook. Okay? Let's get into another cast member because this is going to be a real quick recap. I want to do a live where I do this whole series, but I'm waiting for it to fully complete. So we'll probably do that live next week because I think they air the last 2 episodes next week. But we're going to get into the next character I want to touch on real quick with you guys because it's a vibe about him that I kind of didn't like. And I want to know if you guys caught what I caught and just let me know what you guys took out of this particular coupled situation. Okay? So let's peel into that. So So I forgot to mention Taehyun when it comes to Kazuto. Taehyun liked him as well. Honestly, Taehyun was one of the first people to kind of like Kazuto. He was the one that wrote Kazuto the letter when they first had their um little challenge to do to let the person they like know that they like them anonymously and how they want to get to know them. So Taehyung was the one that wrote the letter to Kazuto. So technically Taehyung was the first person to like Kazuto. But him and Kazuto really didn't spend time like he did with the others. And if I'm not mistaken, Taehyung kind of didn't express his deep like of Kazuto. Taehyung to me seems like he's taking the back seat. He's the only one that kind of doesn't seem like he's interested. It seems like he's not interested in somebody, but he is. He's into Kazuto. But he's just like taking the back seat. And it seems like maybe the show is something more than finding a partner for him. I think in the beginning that may have been the deal, but it seems like he's forming relationships with these guys and he's sorting out how to navigate his sexuality through the experiences that these guys are sharing with him so he can navigate how to figure things out. Okay? As you know that if you watch episodes 7 and 8, you know that he's the only one out of the group that technically hasn't came out to his parents. And he expressed how him and his parents have a level of a strange relationship because they never really spent time with him growing up. So to him, he thinks they view him as the age he was when they last saw him, which was around like 10 or 11 years old. Now we gonna get into Ryota. Now Ryota is the laid back one as well. And he seems to be the go-to one that like relatively everyone go to for advice and to talk to. It's more so him, Gensei, and Taehyun that people entrust their feelings and just the issues that they experience with the person that they like and how they, navigate through things with another person's advice. Now, when it comes to Ryota, he is a good friend. But in my opinion, he's a tad bit messy when it comes into getting to know and wanting to like somebody. Now, in the beginning, when it came to SHUN, it was so funny. He liked SHUN, but in my opinion, I feel like he stopped liking SHUN when he started to realize the struggles that DAI was going through with SHUN. He was like, no. And if you notice, it's like everybody kind of dialed back once they saw how SHUN gave it up to DAI. They was like, yeah, we not done. We not dealing with that. DAI, that's all you, boo. That's all you. That's all you. You can be zaddy. You can be zaddy because we don't want to be zaddy to SHUN. Okay. He's a complex. He's rather not even complex. He is a rather difficult puzzle that they just rather not deal with. Okay. But as a friend and just having fun, he gets it done. Okay. Now, with that with Ryota, he then starts to like it on Kazuto. Now, Kazuto, he really did like, I feel, because that was a like that was just rather continuous. He kept talking about him. And at the end of the day, him and Kazuto really got to know each other as you see when they finally sit down and Kazuto let him know that he sees Ryota as more as a friend. He got friend zoned. Okay. He basically got friend zoned. And you hear that him and Kazuto really spent time with each other where he developed feelings for Kazuto. Okay. Now that Kazuto has told Ryota, right, that he did not feel the same way he felt about him, he feels that he's more of a friend. When it comes time for them to pick a date, he miraculously chooses Gensei when he kind of, to me, knew that Gensei would choose him. Now, Gensei likes Ryota. He thought that Ryota liked him when Ryota asked him to work with him on the truck. Now, Ryota didn't feel the same way that Gensei felt about him at the time. Like I said, he was liking Kazuto. But then it was a time when Gensei volunteered his services to work on the truck and for him to pick the person to work on the truck with. and he chose Ryota to work on the truck with. And in his own way, he kind of told Ryota that he liked him, but Ryota was like, he didn't understand what Gensei was saying because at the end of the day, Gensei gave him the necklace, but then asked him for a favor to do his makeup. So he kind of didn't understand. But you choose this man when it comes to a date, but you didn't understand when he told you he liked you. That's what I didn't like about Ryota. I can understand at that time he didn't like Gensei because he was liking Kazuto. He felt like he had a chance with Kazuto. But my thing is, don't play dumb to someone that clearly expressed to you that they like you. And if you didn't feel the same way that Gensei felt about you, I felt that that was the time when Ryota should have told Gensei that and let him know about Kazuto. I feel that when him and Gensei had that date and Gensei gave him that necklace and he was talking to him in a manner of letting him know he liked him in the same episode, if I'm not mistaken, when they go to the beach, like sort of like the lighthouse, Ryota make it known to Gensei he has a thing for Kazuto. To me, Ryota and Gensei will make a cute couple. That is just the only thing I do not like about this couple and how they're linking up. I really just didn't like how he did that. But one thing I can say is he did make it clear in his own way to Gensei that he liked somebody else, which gave Gensei open room to get to know somebody else in the house. At the end of the day, Gensei only want to know Ryota, and they went on a date with each other. And it seems like these two had a good time. I can see that they could have a future together, being that at the end of the day, Gensei is a makeup and hairstylist, and Ryota is a model and a barista. They go hand in hand. So I think they will make a cute couple. I'm just hoping that as we go further into the episodes, Ryota just be more genuine with Gensei and just don't play the field because he's the only one that wants you and you just want to have somebody at the end of the show. That's all I'm saying. That's it. It's giving that vibe. It's giving that vibe like when the show ends, I don't want to be the lonely bird. I want at least to have linked up with somebody. Somebody had to like. You know what I mean? So it's giving me that tease. It's giving me that tease. But like I said, I can respect Ryota because he did in his own way let Gensei know he liked somebody else. And it gave Gensei room to get to know somebody else. He chose not to. He chose to still, in a way, like Ryota and still take his chance. I know he kind of was going to take his chance once people realized that Kazuto was choosing Alan for that date. So, and then Kazuto never really chose Ryota for much of, like, he didn't choose Ryota like that, where you would say, okay, I can see. So I can see why Gensei kept pushing because it didn't even look like them two were going to go beyond a friendship. Gensei saw what it was, and I think he kind of knew Ryota will be coming back. But I think Gensei thought he would have had to work harder, being that Ryota played like he didn't understand what was going on. But guys, if you watching The Boyfriend, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of the show. Let me know what you think of the couples. Who you think is going to be linked up at the end? What do you think happened between DAI and SHUN? Because I haven't seen a lip lock. I haven't seen a lip lock like that in a while. So drop your comments below. Let us know what you feel about the show. And I'm glad I'm back with you guys this week. Gonna be rolling these videos. And guys, you already know, be you, be amazing. Most importantly, be safe in these crazy streets. Lay us beautiful BL Bay.